I know, hang on. Oh, hang on, I didn't get a good enough handful there. I know, come on. There we go. Lovely. Come on in, Genius. How's it going? We get top up. I just couldn't get the purchase. There we go. Good morning, Palin. Morning, Saffron. Oh, how is it going? I had another, morning, Hetland. Another, load of dreams that just felt so involved that when I woke up, I was just like, what? I had it the other night as well. What night would it have been? Saturday morning, Friday night, I think I had big dreams. Good morning, Steve. Morning, Kate. Good morning, Fallen. How is it going? How was everyone's weekends? Did you have a good time? Good morning, Rob. Oh my gosh, I had a very lovely weekend. Good morning, Laura. I hope you're doing well. I just returned from a 4-day camp. Oh, that sounds lovely. Did the weather behave? Was it a camp just like an activity camp, or a camp that's, you just went out camping sort of thing? Good morning, Joe. I had a lovely weekend, thanks. Yay! I'm glad to hear it. It was a geocaching festival. Ah, nice. Had D&D, which is good to counter the bad things. Oh, that's good. A little bit of make-believe. It goes a long way. It's a good remedy a lot of the time. Good morning, Shadow. Morning, Limewood. I ate aubergine for the first time. It was quite pleasant. I am quite naughty. I do like aubergine, but my favourite way to have it is to make it rather unhealthy. Cut it into slices. Morning, Jivo. Morning, Juicy. Yeah, cut it into slices, rub salt on either side, and then fry it. And oh, it's so good. It's so good. But obviously that it's just what can I do to make this not as healthy as it should be? But it's still tasty, and there's probably still goodness in there somewhere. I recently discovered cherry plums, as there were so many growing around the campsite. Oh, nice. Good morning, David. Morning, Mildred. Isn't that the best way to eat all vegetables, though? I don't know. I'm quite a vegetable lover. I know a lot of people who need their vegetables hiding if they're to have them, whereas I'm just lightly steamed, and I'll eat it. Like broccoli, just steam it for 5 minutes until it's warm and the green is really green, and then perfection. Sweet corn as well. I barbecued my first corn on the cob on Saturday, so yeah, my weekend is very lovely. So I had some friends came down on Friday, and we went to Costco, which was very exciting. I'd never been to a Costco before. It was a lot busier than I thought it was going to be. I guess because I'd never been. It's out in the middle of nowhere in Bristol. It's I guess they must usually be in industrial parks and stuff. And I went in. We went in to get burgers for the barbecue, and we spent £100 on stuff. Because we were literally just oh, they do this. Wow, they do this. Oh my gosh, we should get this. Oh, whilst we're here, look at this. I was just we came in for one thing. But it was practical stuff, to be fair. They did these vegan tikka skewers. that I was like, well, we can put those on a barbecue. And they had like, we got 2 packs of the vegan burgers, and they had massive bags of the Richmond vegan sausages as well. And then like the shower gel that I like, they did that in these big 6 packs. And I was like, well, that's just saving money for future me. I may as well get them now. Gerry, my love, where are you off to? No one goes to a Costco for just one thing. They might do, but they're not coming out with it. And then we got all the buns and the hot dog thingies for the barbecue as well. So yeah, it all came out well. There was nothing that we got that was like, well, actually no. My friend did get a big tray of Krispy Kreme donuts, which I get. They weren't a necessity for a barbecue, but still nice. And but yeah, so that was Friday. Did like a big Costco trip. I would like to see the baby. I got 2 babies. Which would you like to see? He's baby boy. They're currently, hang on, there's not, okay. I was just double checking there wasn't an address on that side. Whichever can eat the most cardboard. Oh, that would be this baby. This baby can fit so much cardboard in there. She shouldn't, but she do. My goodness. Thank goodness I don't actually need this box. This is all of my friend's baby shower stuff in there. Are you trying to... Is it because you want to be the baby? Hang on, you've got sleep in your eye. He's like, Mother, no. I made that myself. I will keep it. Morning, Ffion. Can you be both a baby and a criminal? Yeah, you just don't get charged. You just get away with it. Can I ask the names of the buns? Oh, I don't know if Lucy has that. There you go. Thank you. I was about to say, and then I was like, wait, you literally just said you don't use sound. Shortix, thank you very much for your prime. Good morning, buns. Good morning. How you doing? So yeah, that was Friday, and then on Saturday we had the barbecue, and whilst I was waiting for the barbecue to heat up, and I was doing all that side of things. So basically, the reason we originally said about doing a barbecue was because I needed like a big push to get the garden sorted, because honestly it was so bad. You would open the back door and you would have to climb over like vines that were above your knee, sort of thing. I got rid of like 2 green bins full, and I'm good, thanks. I hope you and the buns chat and actual buns are doing good too. Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. Oh, you are listening today. Hello. Morning, Nightsham. So yeah, I was like, I need inspiration. I need like a date to push me to get the garden done. So we set a date for a barbecue, because I was like, well, we'll have to be in the garden. I'll just have to do it. And I then got ill for like all of June with my dizziness, and I couldn't really do anything in the garden. So I was like, the best it's going to be is it's going to be clear, there's going to be a place to sit, and that'll be it. That's all you can hope for. But then like Dahlia and Rob turn up, and they're like, we love gardening. Whilst you're doing the barbecue, we're just going to do some gardening. So like they cleared the rest of the garden. And then all throughout the day, Talia just kept on being like, do you know what? Do you have this? I'm just going to clear this bit. And I'm just going to... And like, she couldn't sit still. And now, the difference between the garden The garden when they turned up and the garden now, I was like, I shouldn't have bothered. I shouldn't have bothered with the first bit. Like I could have set them to work, save myself the bother with like the weeks of work I did before. But but yeah, so now it's looking absolutely beautiful. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the I was like, well, my next job is that because I thought that they had stopped. And then I was like, oh, my next job is I've got this little greenhouse that I'm going to assemble. And I was thinking, well, now I've got people here. I may as well just like assemble it. And then immediately Grammy was like, well, I want to assemble it. And I was like, okay, you can assemble it. And then Dahlia was like, oh, I see you've got some plants to pot. Keeping the fun jobs for yourself, are you? And I was just like, I don't find it fun. If you find it fun, you can do it. And Gerry, did you just jump at your own shadow? That's you, baby boy. That's your shadow on the floor. I know, it's scary, isn't it? The funniest part was at one point there were like three of them working hard, and I was just sat there completely baffled that everyone had just voluntarily started doing all the garden work, and then Grammy put the Ground Force theme tune on and just watching them all at work with oh, it was a very unexpected surprise that I was very grateful for it. I didn't know that because I've never thrown a barbecue before. So I didn't know that that was one of the benefits of it was that you got free garden clearance and all the plants you've been meaning to get potted and um and yeah, I'm gonna throw them more often. I didn't realize this was like part of the benefits to one. um but yeah, it was good. It was very good. I was very grateful. And now the garden is looking like spectacular. Honestly, it is such a relief to have had that because I was like, I felt quite like, oh, because basically there's like two parts of the garden and I managed to clear one of them, the bit that we were sitting in, but I didn't even get a chance to clear the bit that Rob and Talia did because I was just like, it's so full of spiders and I'm so like, basically it's the bit that blocks the back gate. So I was like, well, I can't get the green bin in to clear it, but I don't want to carry it through the house because it's full of spiders. Whereas Rob was just like, I'm not scared of spiders, I'll do it, and just like marched off. And then by the time the barbecue had heated up, it was clear. I was just like, huh? Oh, morning, Kinetic. Good morning, Dunk. Yeah, barbecues every weekend now. Just like, oh no, I've got all these seeds that need potting. Oh, barbecue. But honestly, Talia did not sit still for like, I kept on saying like, you don't have to do any of this. Just sit still, like, just enjoy the barbecue. And then she'd be like, oh, that bit's bothering me now. I'm just going to have to clear that bit. And there was like this massive pile of like really clayey dirt that had been there. And I can't remember what it was from. It must have been a pot that I'd like tipped out. Because the garden did just become a bit of a dumping ground. Because I was like, oh, it's just for the bees. Just let it overgrow. But we managed to clear that out, and I've got my mini greenhouse out there now, and I can actually start looking at things and being like, I started looking at these little sheds, and I've been looking at all the plants I can get, and it's just nice knowing that now there's an option that I can I've got a garden space. The only bit, I mean, there is one final bit that Rob was happy to do, but I didn't have the right equipment. And there's like a tree that's trying to take roots down at the end that needs to not, sadly. So that does need clearing out. But so I mean the bunnies can go in the garden now. The bunnies just don't want to go in the garden. I mean I am gonna try again and make like everything I've got so far, apart from one tiny little plant that is up on a shelf, is bunny safe. So I've kept it bunny safe. But they just have no desire. Basically, they live a lovely life indoors. And then there was a time that I spent literally like weeks trying to get the garden safe for the bunnies. And I planted loads of things to tempt them. We've got this like raised bed that I've filled with grass. And I opened the door, and at the same time, they heard my neighbour shouting, a seagull and a car going by. And they were just like, nope. Don't want any of that. I'm not going out there. But I reckon that if I get it back to the state it was, and maybe if I just sit out there reading my book, maybe eventually, instead of having like a short period of time for them to explore, maybe if it just became like a daily thing, like the door's open if you want to. Maybe they'd be tempted. What are you reading? I actually finished my book yesterday. I was reading The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, but I've finished it now. So today I can finally start reading the book club book that we're meeting next weekend for. So I've got, 10 days to read? No, not even 10 days. I've got 6 days to read 450 pages. Would a cat wander in through the door though? Yeah, so I'm going to have to be very careful to not... I would never leave the bunnies unattended in the garden anyway. Dunk, my gosh, start with me today. We'll get through. We can do it. If anyone has a really big garden they need work done, they should get the whole of Buncord over for a barbecue. Yeah, just get everyone in. Get everyone in for a lovely clearing time. The book club book is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. Oh, Gerry, no, you've snuffed. You got a snuffy in there. And an itchy ear. It's all going on for the boy. Maybe I'll start today. Yeah, we can all do body doubling. Did you get it? Nope, still there. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, everyone's been saying it is like very readable. So hopefully it'll be like an easy one to get through. You all good? He's all good. Also, do you want to see what Rob bought me? Because on Saturday, we went down to this they sometimes have this little Gothic fair under the arches of the railway station, and they were having one there, and Rob bought me, wait, there, Gerry, I'm not reaching up for food. I'm not reaching up for food. I'm sorry. Look at he. Look at this little guy. What a perfect little man. So, I have Mothman. Well, I have two Mothmans now. And I also, Rob got a frog, and I got, again, I'm not reaching up for food, I bought a rosy maple moth, like Rosie, my mount in Kirby Craft. So now I have my very own little Rosie. And they're so lovely. They're so dense. Is that lamp? Is lamp? But yeah, so 2 little moths were required. I wish I wasn't scared of real moths. That's fair news. Now you need to plant a cherry tree for them to live in. Yes! And to make sure she's actually tagged to her bed to respawn. I got a little present for Kirsty as well from the same person. And I also got, they had this basket. It's this person called Will, I think their name was, like Will's Walls. And if you're ever in Bristol, their stall was like absolutely amazing. It was constantly busy. There were just so many things, but they had they also had this basket that was like full of, it just said little guys. It was just like you can buy 1 little guy for this much or 2 little guys for this much sort of thing. And I was like, well, I need to get my friend a little guy. So my friend who I'm hopefully seeing tomorrow, I got her this little guy. He's literally just a little guy. So yeah, you can just get yourself a little guy. Just a little guy. So there you go. I had the walls confusion with my German friend before. Grammy was giggling at me because basically I was saying, good morning, Koo. I was saying, I was like, I need to get a shed because at the moment I don't have anywhere, like not a full-size shed because our garden's quite little, but like a little shed. I said, we need to get a little shed because then I will have somewhere to store tools. And he was like, what? And I was like, tools. Because at the moment I've got like little, like little handheld tools. But I was like, I need somewhere for tools. Not tools, tools. He was mocking me. And the wonderful Hertfordshire accent. Where everything isn't confusing. No, I get you. Yes, I want to keep the fork handles. Tools. I have to get my parents to say it. See if I can tell which one they're doing. But yeah, I found these really cute like mini sheds that they have space for tools on one side and then they've got little shelves on the other side. And I'm like, apparently they're like, one of the reviews, they are like 4.5 stars reviewed, so they must be quite good. But one of the reviews was like, oh, it is a bit flimsy. But, you know, I'm not going to be like charging into it head first or anything. So hopefully it'll be okay. Good morning, Monday. It'll have to be, it'll have to be pretty good for it to be 4.5, right? That means a lot of stars have gone into 5s. But yeah, hoping to get that. And at some point, I am hoping to go to the garden centre again and pick up some flowers. But obviously, we've had big summer now. So there's only going to be a bit of little summer. But, you still get some quite lovely sunny days in autumn as well. So I think it'll be... My bed table is very much just a table now. Have you seen Summerween? No? Is it like a Halloween for sunny goths? You could do a power tool course and make a tool home. I mean, yeah. I do sometimes think, it's like when people say, like, don't buy planters, just build them. And I'm like, I don't have anywhere to build planters. I know they would be simple. It's just a box, isn't it? But also I bought so I bought some balls, like bird balls, and I was going to put them on. I got this apple holder that's basically just like a hole of wood with or like a ring of wood with a skewer through it. And I was going to like stab one of the balls and hang it, and of course it just crumbled everywhere. So what are bird balls? So generally you get suet balls, which is just like a mixture of suet and seeds, and it's for birds to slowly peck at and enjoy. But I obviously got vegan version ones. So that they're like vegan suet balls. But yeah, they just crumbled when I tried to stab them. So I just bunged it onto the bird feeder instead. And when I went out the next day, part of it was on the floor. So I'm like, oh, something must have been at the balls. Whether it was maybe a squirrel or rat, I don't know. But it's just exciting, the thought of something being in the garden. Good morning, Jack. And also, we didn't finish like a couple of the skewers because we were all absolutely stuffed because I did too much barbecue food. And then we went inside and I just sort of let the barbecue to like cool down. And when I went outside, 2 of the skewers had been run halfway across the garden. So I was like, something's been in there to drag them across. So we must be getting something in the garden or it's haunted. But yeah, it's exciting to know that there's something of nature, or a cat, or just the cat that likes to try and get in the house is out there. Something's out there, but in a nice way. Tommy, thank you very much for the 65 months bird feeder. I hardly know her. There are a couple of wood pigeons that keep visiting my garden to weed the lawn. Always cheers me to see them. I saw a little meeting the other day in the neighbour's garden that was just a seagull, a magpie, and a pigeon. They were all just sat around with each other, and I was just like, well, that might be the only nature we get in the garden, but they're still very lovely. I love that cat. He has cryptid energy. He really does. That's why I just thought he looked like a little sleep paralysis demon. He's just like a funny little guy. But yeah, I am hoping to get some flowers in the garden. Not sunflowers, obviously, but some flowers in the garden before September, let's say. Let's set myself that goal. Because then I can... Sorry, I found a little knot in Gerry's floof and I cannot unknot and talk. Okay, I got it. Sorry, baby boy. Sorry. In the stands that we got Mothman and the other moth, there were like little pigeons and little seagulls as well, and they were so cute. Oh, I could have happily spent too much money at that stall. I mean, I already did, but I could have spent even more. It was just very pleasing, very cute designs, and very well made as well. Good quality. But yeah, I do really want to get some more things. I need to buy some more flower pots. The wall stool, yeah. You got 4 walls, you got yourself a wall stool. But yeah. I feel like pots are gonna... Oh, and do you know what? I think I've used up all of my soil as well. So I will have to get more of that. Because I'm a big nerd, I was trying to look if anywhere sells flower pots that are in the style of like Greek like ancient Greek jars, like pithos. But I think firstly they would be very spenny, and secondly I couldn't quite find anywhere that did what I was thinking of. So I guess there's no reason why I couldn't buy my own flower pots and just paint them in that sort of style. You could try Etsy. I feel like I would spend too much if I ever searched for that on Etsy. Oh dear. I spent too much money on an elephant watering can. Oh, that sounds great though. That does sound great. I've just got a standard watering can, which is a bit too big for some of the things I have. But do you know what I did last night? I went out and I watered the garden. I've lived here for 7 years and I've never had cause to go out and water the garden. And now I did. And it's like, oh, it felt nice as a job to do. Fifi? Hello. But yeah, need to refill my pond. The other thing I would like to have out there, I would like to have a patio apple tree. And I do have a very big pot that I could shove one in. I've got a compost bin that I'm going to set up. I just have to decide where, which means that I'll have somewhere to put all of the worms I find all over the place. Isn't it crazy that animals come to trust us? Do you know what? I was thinking this the other day. I had a friend who was stopping in when I was at Wimbledon. I had a friend stopping in to just check in on the bunnies. And the fact that everything about this brain is saying everything is danger, because that's how they're wired to think, is just danger, new people scary, intruder alert. And apparently the bunnies just didn't care at all. And I was like, it's so lovely. Thank you for the follow. It's so lovely that the bunnies feel so safe in this house that a person they don't know can walk in and they're just sort of like, eh? What are you doing here? Apparently they didn't even particularly look at him until he started like getting ready to do their medicine, and then all of a sudden they were like, ooh, you know the ancient secrets of the medicine. Gerry, don't fall over. My poor wobbly boy. But yeah, just having little babies that trust you is lovely. Because it's one of those things, like, don't get me wrong. I love doggos. But a lot of doggos, obviously not all doggos, a lot of doggos will just be like, I just met you and I love you. And that's nice. But I sort of like that with the bunnies, I've like earned it. Obviously not all doggos will be like, I mean, I had a friend who, her doggo, sadly he's no longer with us, but he was a gorgeous boy. But the doggo would just be like, I want to walk this way, mother. You are walking the other way. So these people who are walking this way, I love them now. And we just go off and adopt people because he's like, well, I guess I live with them. Whereas like the bunnies, it's nice seeing how brave, how brave they can get despite how they're, you know, wired for anxiety, like me. Thank you for the kisses. I'm talking about what a good boy you are. He's like, don't touch me. Love me from a distance. Okay. Can I pet you now? No. Okay. I guess it's your turn. What do you want? What are you after, baby boy? I know what you're after. You're after food. Oh, you've decided cuddles are acceptable now. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to cuddle you. Boop. Gerry got so many cuddles over the weekend. Rob made the mistake of cuddling Gerry and then trying to walk away. And his little face, he was like, what? And then he just kept on having to come back and cuddle him more because he just looks so sad when when people stop. Good morning, Katie. Hello, my love. This guy can fit so many cuddles. Full of cuddles he is. Unlike this one. Lucky to get 3 cuddles before she's bored of you. I saw my dog for the first time in months last week and he was moping all day after I had to leave. Oh no! Oh bless. Oh bless. There isn't much lovelier than making friends with a dog and being told they don't normally like men. Yeah, it's like, it's nice to think that you have like a nice calming presence and that you are made of friend material. Oh, Gerry's up on the, wait, I can't fit through, but I can fit the phone through. I think he's up on the pile. There he is. I left that carpet pile in with the bunnies because I was like, we've got guests coming over. Hello, I was spying on you. I was like, I should move it out of the main area so that people have more space. And I left it in with them and someone, I don't want to name any names, someone like dug through the entire pile and now I'm going to have to cut them all down again because they've all got a chunk taken out of them. But really it could have been anyone. We'll never know. Who would do such a thing? Who knows? Oh, I think the rain started. Apparently it was going to rain in Bristol between 11 and 4 p.m, which is a lot of rain. Or is it just wind? It might just be wind. Be real, you can't go off now. Oh, and then on Sunday, so we had the barbecue on Saturday, and then on Sunday, Gerry, you're really hungry. You really are a hungry little guy, aren't you? Okay, you can have your treat as you're asking so politely. Wait, come over here. Gerry. Is behind. Gerry, those are very good sniffs. But it is behind you. And then turn around this way. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, Fifi, don't squish the boy. Here we go. Well done, bunnies. That's all I got for you, Gerry. I'm sorry. Thank you, Chewy, for the follow. So yeah, on Sunday we went to Kucha for a Sunday roast. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I was so full, but it was so good. Love Kucha. And then walked down to the haunted bookshop, which I hadn't been to before, and I got a candle and a book. Which is like, so basically you'll see on the schedule that for Wednesday I put because I couldn't think what I wanted to do. And also Tiny Teams has confused things somewhat because on Thursday we're having this thing that I'd forgotten I needed to go to. So I was like, basically I got this short book that Kirsty recommended, and I was thinking, could I finally brave it and do a reading stream on Wednesday? And then I was like, I'll see if I can. And I started reading the book out loud to test my reading skills, like when I was in primary school. And I started reading it, and there were just words in there that I was like, do you know what? I don't actually know how to say these out loud. So I was thinking, oh, should I go for a book that I actually know a bit better, rather than like one that I've heard out loud before, rather than one that is new and unknown? Or good enough. Oh, I saw that lump come out there. You shifted that. What a good brave boy. I was like, oh, would it be like detrimental to the flow of the story for me to just occasionally be like, huh? This one? Or should I just power through? Maybe I should just go on vibes. And just, hope that because sometimes you don't know what a word means when you're reading a book, but you can sort of, you get the gist. You get the gist from the context of the sentence, right? So maybe it's fine. Maybe it is fine. I had to go to Tesco on my tea break. What did I do? Rob, I was saying that you gave Gerry pets and then you thought it was okay for you to stop giving him pets, and he was very sad, and then you had to give him more pets. You should receive a package this week when you go into the office. Ah, thank you, Limewood. Kirsty should be down on... When is Kirsty getting down? Kirsty will be down at some point. I think she said the 6th, but I can't remember. For Tiny Teams, so we can open it together. Should be lovely. Well, unless it's like a bomb or something, then it'll be bad. It's not a bomb, is it? Unless it's bath bombs, then yay! But yeah, I am under. It depends how brave I'm feeling on Wednesday. But I would like more reading out loud practice. I know it's such a silly, self-indulgent thing to say, but I just do want to try reading out loud more. Because I love the idea of being a better storyteller. Lyman has become so bold running the community buns server that he's usurping the Kirby position. Oh no. I don't think it's bomb related if I remember what I packed. What if you accidentally just like slipped a bomb in there whilst you were packing and then just forgot? Oh no. Oh, I really wish I had... Wait, can I prop the phone on something? And still get a good... Oh, it needs to be like here. Is there anything I can... Oh, but wait, no, then I wouldn't be able to read chat. I'll just have to hope that Gerry flops like this in a bit as well. I've just got good access to it. He's got a bit of a mat next to his bum. I just really want to work through it. I'll let him be peaceful for now. Tee. Tee. I don't know if this is true, but I believe letters during Roman times were meant to be read aloud. As in, like, people being like, hear ye, hear ye. Read all about it. I knew I shouldn't have kept my parcel packing station and bomb making station next to each other. What was I thinking? Mistakes were bound to happen eventually. I wrote them all in caps. Yeah, they were meant to be shouted. But yeah, I was looking up how long it would take to read out loud, and it said on average about 1 hour 38 minutes. And I was like, well, that's a good length of, you know, ready book. Out loudy book. But yeah, we went to Haunted Bookshop. Talia set herself a 2-book limit and then bought 3 books, which is quite classic. And then we went to Lucy and Yak. I'd never been to the actual in-person store. It was very lovely. And then, yeah, came home and we were all just absolutely knackered from being full of food. And just all sat around being full of food and sleepy and enjoying each other's company until everyone went home. And that was my weekend, and it was very lovely. It didn't get any swoon, but that was because we had already been to what's it called? Dark Matters, the brownie place that they were at the like goth fair. So we had all got brownie the day before, which we then hadn't had space for because of the barbecue. So I had mine yesterday. Lucy and Yak, they just make clothes, but they're quite like eco-friendly and stuff. They're nice. And they make clothes that are meant to be just comfortable, and all the dresses have pockets and stuff like that. They're just like, they're like the uniform of Bristol. They're very good. I remember hearing that there was some amazement in a historical record about a guy who was unable to read books without saying the words aloud. So we assume, at least in their case, that it was the norm to read aloud. Yeah, I think just like sometimes when you're reading a book, I think you can tell if the author never read it out loud, if that makes sense. You're like, if you're actually saying this sentence, it's quite clumsy. Whereas authors like, I mean, the one that always comes to mind is Philip Pullman. You can tell that he actually like read the story out loud and it has a good mouthfeel because of it. Morning, Drew. How's it going? My wardrobe is slowly becoming only Lucy and Yak. I mean, it's fair dues. Like, since going Lucy and Yak, getting my first stuff from there, I'm like, I don't want to wear jeans anymore ever again. I just want to wear these comfy things. It's it is nice. But yeah, so that was my temptation as to what to do. So it's colourful shop I've been in. Yeah, to go from the like gothic bookshop to Lucy and Yak is like, it's a bit of whiplash, but it's nice. Was the Lucy and Yak dog in there? No, there's a doggo. Does one of the people that works there have a doggo? Me and Ellie have contrasting, complementing Lucy and Yak dungarees. Ah, nice. Mine are grayscale rubber dungarees, and she has the rainbow boob ones. Nice. They had a lot of rainbow stuff in there, and it was very tempting. We did miss Doggo. You just have to come down again. Let me buy some more plants that need potting. I'll do another barbecue. I'll get Rob and Talia get the garden work done. It's just everybody wins, right? Oh. But yeah, hopefully I will have more gardening stuff to do soon. There is one more bush that I need to get rid of, but I've been leaving it because it became like the home for displaced insects. Because there are so many ladybirds this year. I can't remember the reasoning, but I don't know if it's just like a high aphid count or something. But there's been so many ladybirds, and I just every time I didn't want them to fall into the green bin, so I was just putting them on this little buddleia that's growing through the paving. And you need to be careful with buddleia as well, because it's got very woody roots. But yeah, I would just put them on the buddleia. And then we got loads of grasshoppers as well, so I was giving them the buddleia to jump onto. But now I'm like, once I've got other plants in the garden, you can hide there, and I'm going to remove it. Talia mentioned some pesticide being banned this year, I think. Oh, that's interesting. Nature is healing, question mark? Yeah, there are a lot of them around. Our ladies' birds, as we found out they were called. But buddleia is an annoying place, but I don't want to get rid of it. Yeah, that's the thing. It's such like a nice butterfly bush, and the bees love it. But yeah, you have to be careful because we get it. We've had it before where it grows like right next to the house, and I'm like, I can't have the roots breaking through. Just breaking through into the house is not ideal. If it goes like further down, like I have no problem with it. But yeah, dear oh dear, dear oh dear. Oh, ladies, birds on your buddleia, yes. But I've been looking at flowers. I really wanted to get some pansies, but nowhere seems to be doing them this year. I don't know if it's just a bad year for them or something, or maybe it's a good year and everyone's already bought them. And I was too slow. But I really wanted to fill our hanging basket with pansies. Also, because I never sit in the garden, because it's always been such a mess until now, I never realised that we have another space for it. We've got, so like, the previous people must have put a hook up for a hanging basket right next to the kitchen. But because I never sit in the garden and look at the house, I've never seen it before. Like, just never registered it. So I need to go and buy another hanging basket because I've got more space for one than I realised. Or I could put the apple hanger there. That's a point, Grammy. You left an apple in my house, if you're still listening. But I guess I could give that to the birds as I've got an apple feeder thing. I could see if the birds like it. How they like them apples. You just would have thought that apples would brown quite quickly. You also need a washing line, not a garden without a washing line. Well, the problem is, I do have like a garden washing line that I put out, but I read this thing that was like, it said if you, sorry, I'm jiggling around. It said if you leave your clothes to dry in the garden, if you've got hay fever, it's a really bad thing to do because it just makes all of the pollen get into all of your clothes, and then you're just like walking around in a big sneeze. So I tried to like leave them to dry in the kitchen. when it's sunny rather than outside. But yeah, it does feel, or use the tumble dryer, yeah, which feels bad, but I'm also like, I don't want to be a walking hay fever with my itchy tubes. Tea. I know, baby boy. Let me give you some cuddles to make up for all the fuss I've been doing to your bum. Single-handedly, because I've got to hold the phone. I do really want to get it, though. Never thought of that, but it makes a lot of sense. I dry everything outside. Yeah, it's just like, I guess because it's like when you get a high pollen count in the air as well, like it is all just blowing and sticking onto the clothes. And until recently, I didn't want to put them out there because they would be filled with a million spiders as well. My tummy is rumbling so much. Okay, I get back into a comfortable position. Also, risk of seagull poop. That's true. That is true. But yeah, when can I find time to go to the garden centre again? That is the question. Do you reckon I don't know if I've got enough good enough internet on my phone to like I get good enough signal there to do a garden centre stream barbecue next weekend. Yay! Grammy, we're going back to Costco. Do you go to the garden centre out my way? No. I go to the Riverside Garden Centre because it's the one that's easy to get to from town. It's just down by... Do you know the big self-storage unit that's along from... It's in that big, like, Hell Road area that... like takes you out to either up to Ashton Court or out of Bristol, and it's just, yeah, that one there. But I've heard that there's like a really nice one out to, oh, what was it called? I can't think what it's called, but it looked really pretty, but it's out to the east. It's like between Bath and Bristol. And I was like, I want to go there, but you'd very much have to drive. Sorry, I was not paying attention to where the phone was looking there. I'm just looking at Gerry's little tufty bum. But yeah, Arnhall, rent a car and let's go to the garden centre. Let's go! And then we can have a barbecue. Whoop, 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 whoop. Well, on that note, I guess it is time for me to run away. So Kirsty's down tomorrow. Kirsty won't take me to a garden centre. She isn't as easy to trick into outings. She won't work for barbecue. Impromptu comfort zone recording. Yeah, we have to record in a garden centre for I'll just pretend I had a big dream about garden centres. And sneak out that way. Why do you have hell roads? Oh, do you not know? Grammy knows the road I'm talking about because we went on it the other day. But it's sort of like so I try and draw a map on Gerry. So say the bridge is here. Wait, no, the bridge goes across the river that way. So, okay, say Gerry's ear is the Clifton Bridge. You've got the river coming down here. Like, sort of out here, there's roads that just go... There's, like, 8 different roads that meet, and they're on different levels, and one of them takes you into town, and one of them takes you out, and one of them leads up to Ashton Court, and one of them leads down to Bedminster. And it's in south west Bristol, and it's just horrible. Like, anytime you have to go on that road, it's just, sat nav's never update in time, and you never know. There's like one bit, we went on the loop-de-loop bit, so there's a bit that goes out of Bedminster and then it loops round. You go like down to up, and it loops around and goes back in to town, and it's just bloody awful. And I always dread whenever a sat nav takes anyone out that way, because they're obviously be like, you live in Bristol, which way do I go on here? And I'm like, I don't know. Because it's just awful. I'll show you it on a map on Haul after stream. But yeah, that is what we call the hell road, because it's just, I always just say to anyone who's using their road, I'm like, just get somewhere and then figure it out afterwards, because trying to go where you want to go will not work out. And I know so many people who have been drivers for years. The sat-nav, like the road lane bit, it tells you isn't the same as on the signs too. Yeah, it's just, for some reason, sat-navs just don't get on with it either. And it's, but it's probably not a way. Is it near the Bristol Football Club? I've been on a road that sounds like that in Bristol. Yeah, I think it does take you to the football club as well. It basically takes you to a lot of places, but if you can find it, if you can find which exit you're gonna have, it's not good fun, that road. Everyone I know who has been onto that road bit has always at least once taken the wrong exit or ended up on the wrong road facing the wrong way. But yes, anyway, I won't be streaming on this channel again today. I'll be on Yogscast for, oh my gosh, that reminds me, when we were in Kucha, someone walked in. This was such a typical thing that happens to me all the time. When we were in Kucha, someone walked in with a Yogscast jumper, and I made eye contact with them, and I smiled at them, and they had no idea. You could just tell there was no recognition in their eyes whatsoever. They just looked away. I was just like, yep. It made me giggle. Anyway, oh, Anhol, we can go to your artist friend. And on what 3 words? It's rather below toast. There you go. If you look at rather below toast, you can look up the hell road of which I speak. It is not fun. Hello, Jesus. There you go. There's Fifi. She is right there. Yeah, now you've seen both buns. Well, everyone, look after yourselves. I will be on Yogscast channel later to play some Played Up for the second birthday. It's the second birthday, right? That sounds about right. Or maybe the third. I can't remember. A birthday. But yeah, look after yourselves, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye, 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 bye.